Alrighty, Dylan's pick of the week, which hopefully is landing higher than D, is the 2004 film and the third of the series, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so you basically start the movie with murder, so that's pretty cool. And then next thing you know, Harry gets on some bus to go back to Hogwarts. He broke a law or something. He gets it. Anyway, not gonna get into the weeds. Some weird shit starts happening. Some dude who broke out of prison is now lurking around Hogwarts, and for some reason they don't send the kids home. They just decide to adopt fucking dangerous ass specters that steal people's souls to guard the city, the school. They find the guy, and then they find out, oh no, this guy that's been the rat the whole time was the rat. And they capture him, and then the one teacher guy turns into a werewolf, almost kills the one guy, who actually is like Harry's godfather or some shit. And then they find out Hermione has some time travel bullshit, and then they do things to fix things in the movie, and then they save his godfather, and then the movie ends. I don't think anything else significant happens after that.
Fun fact about Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. The actor who plays Dudley lost so much weight between this movie and the last one, they almost recasted him, but instead allowed him to wear a fat suit.
Oh. That's pretty sweet, at least.
Yeah.
Guys, it is insane how much better this movie is immediately. And in just like every way possible. Like the cinematography, the acting, the tone, environment, they're all just so much substantially better than the previous films have been. Like Harry actually has a character in this film. He's like a little angsty and he wants to go on a murder spree. That's pretty cool. And he's like casting spells. Can you believe it? In Harry Potter, he casts spells in this movie.
Spent two movies worth of time at wizard school, and now he's finally casting spells.
I'm not going to bother to make a comparison argument, but, let's go.
Personally, I'd be ripping spells off the bat. I'd be doing it constantly. I'd be doing it when I wasn't supposed to.
I'd be doing some illegal shit.
I'd be fucking, like, levitating books and shit while I'm walking to class, dumb stuff like that. Or some Hermione shit, basically.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Hermione, by the way, I feel like, let's just rip the Band-Aid off right here, okay? Let's talk about the time travel, boys. The time travel in this film, which I think they pulled off very well, actually. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think that's really cool, how the way in which they utilize the time travel, because it recontextualizes everything that just happened throughout the latter part of the film, where you think that, oh, okay, they're gonna use the fucking bullshit time travel stuff to go back in time and fix everything, so all this stuff, it never happened, we saved the day, hooray, big cool ending. But no, all the things that were happening throughout that final part, they were actually going off and doing this cool stuff in the background, and everything actually did play out the way it was supposed to. It was really fucking sweet, and I think it was well done.
Yeah, for some reason when I see time travel depicted that way, it just makes me mentally exhausted for whatever reason, because it also puts in perspective the fact that you gotta imagine that basically there is some semblance of you that is doing this for eternity upon eternity, because once you start the cycle, it never ends, because the cycle needs to continue. So even though it's not the same you, it's some rendition of you. It's not really important, it's just a thought that keeps me awake at night.
What is bro waffling about? Anyways, I fucking hate time travel in movies. I don't think that I've seen a single movie or any piece of media in general, honestly, that has time travel that I actually support whatsoever.
Support?
Just Clan Ed. Love you, Clan Ed. And, yeah, I don't particularly like how it's presented in this movie as well. Specifically just because of the lightness of Hermione using it throughout the film for pretty benign things. She's literally just using it so that she can get more studying in. And also just, it kind of leads into the problem I have in general with this movie, is I'll absolutely agree. I think the production quality is off the fucking charts on this one compared to the other movies. They they have a completely new setting, which looks gorgeous. They have a much better framing setup with their cinematography in general. I do agree, Harry definitely has much more of a character in this one. They also have some undertones going on with Hermione and Ron being in a relationship. Yeah. I'm not going to dig that too deep into that. But basically, it feels like the plot doesn't feel nearly as strong or as prevalent with this one, because it kind of just boils down to Harry meets his father and rescues his father, I guess, and it's not even really rescuing him. He just like, his dad breaks out of jail.
Godfather.
They solve they solve a little mystery together, and then the movie ends, and that's kind of just it. Like, the fucking main antagonist, the guy that literally set his fucking parents up and got them killed, basically, is just let go, and he fucking just fucks off. That kind of pisses me off. I wish, like, they set this all up. It was like a big scene of the confrontation, and he just runs off. I figured, they were gonna resolve that situation, but no, he just fucks off, and I guess we're saving it for another movie. I don't like that. I don't like them fucking doing that, especially when they literally present them solving the previous issue, with the time travel powers. Why don't they just do that again, but catch the fucking rat? It literally just opens up the bag of, like, they could use this absurdly overpowered power to just solve these fucking issues, but they're not gonna, because, it's too overpowered. It's a fucking really hard to write around plot device. I feel like they just shouldn't introduce it, especially giving it to the hands of just some child. Very ill-advised, personally.
I just think
it's dumb.
I do think it was used very well within this film. However, it does also unfortunately open up a lot of questions to start considering for the movies going forward, as well as, like, the previous ones on top of that. Like, why are they not just using this kind of shit all the time to resolve all of their problems? And, like, if this is, like, such a dangerous thing, then why is Dumbledore, like, encouraging Hermione to use it and shit?
Yeah, it does open up a bunch of questions. For the rat thing, I could justify in that, like, maybe, like, Harry and Hermione just, like, wouldn't realistically be able to catch him.
Why not? They know all of the information to catch him. They know the fucking direction.
Yeah, but he's like, he's a rat in the wood. Because the only opportunity...
they could just fucking blast him with some spell or something before he does the transformation.
I don't know what spells they have, though. But also then they're, like, getting spotted or whatever, which creates problems, supposedly.
They're in the middle of the fucking, like, woods at nighttime.
All of them, when he turned himself into the rat, all the other people were still right there as well.
I mean, yeah, I'm saying they could do it from afar. Throw a fucking rack at him or something, distract him so that it's not as easily just like, I'm gonna turn into a rat and run away. Give him, like, some opportunity. I'm saying they could have tried. This is the guy that got his fucking parents killed. He was very emotionally charged in the scene when he was initially revealed, and then they just do nothing with it. It was like a crazy amount of build-up and then no payoff for me, which is why it just didn't land. With that scene too, why the fuck did he just accept that the guys were, like, agreeing with them? Like, this is a fucking serial killer, from what he knows, that just broke out of fucking prison. He says one word, I'm your godfather, the fucking rat guy turns in, and they just believes him. I feel like it's really obvious to assume the guy's fucking lying to him, and just trying to get out of the situation, but he just immediately believes him and sides with him, and even fucking blasts Snape, who is on their side. He's a teacher trying to protect them, basically. Why? I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something, but it just seems really dumb on Harry's part to just fucking throw all that away. Like, the guy could have just been lying and he's fucking dead. And, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I guess. I overall agree with what you guys have been saying. I think the performances are pretty solid in this one. I like that they actually use magic. Great sense of filmmaking style in this one. There's a lot more character in this film than the previous two. Second fun fact, there's a scene where, Harry has to look like he's in awe of something, and so the director told Daniel Radcliffe, imagine Cameron Diaz in a G-string, and that got the reaction out of him.
There we go. Oh yeah, just a follow-up to a previous fun fact we had. I did in fact look up that animatronic suit for fucking Hagrid that Dylan was talking about previously, and yeah, that shit does exist. How the fuck do they make it look so realistic? That is insane.
Yeah, I saw that video Dylan sent. That shit was fucking crazy. I literally did not believe it, but...
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Also, by the way, the Lupin twist... I didn't see it coming, man. I didn't see it coming. That was crazy. I feel like they
blew my mind.
Yeah, they hit it very well.
I think it's funny how much they allude to the werewolf thing, and it just turns out to be such a nothing burger at the end of the day.
Wait, you guys didn't know?
He's fucking with you.
Yeah, they're fucking.
Okay.
The Lupin twist is insanely obvious. They're alluding to it constantly through the middle. The guy's fucking name is like Lupin.
Yeah.
It felt like a very fast-paced movie. I know all
It
these
definitely
movies
did.
are pretty fast-paced, but this one felt especially fast. Like, it felt like they had a lot of ideas and not enough time.
That's good though, because it was a 2.5 hour movie, so
Could have been
compresses
longer,
it
buddy.
down.
Could have been longer. Anyways, I guess I'll kick us off. I have a lot of issues with the plot, like I alluded to, but I do think the production quality is quite a bit of a step up, and that kind of averages out to me putting it at the exact same rank as the first movie, at a B.
You see, for me, like, this movie is such a drastic step up that's making me look at the previous films in a whole new light now. And, like, I look at the other films on my tier list and it's like, okay, well, but, like, I don't feel like this movie belongs higher than, like, this other shit. So I'm gonna absolutely have to shift the other ones down a bit here in our next re-ranking. So for this one, I'm actually gonna give it a B+, which is what I've currently given the first movie. That's not gonna stand.
I also think I've maybe cornered myself. I like the second one more than the first, and I like this one more than the second. And I'm fine with putting this one at an A. If I continue to like them more and more with each one, I'm probably going to have to rejigger this at some point.
Yeah.
I like this one more than the last one. I gave it an A-.
And guys, you won't believe this. This is gonna blow your fucking minds. It landed at an A- overall.
Wow!
Holy cow.
I think this is our highest rated one now.
It is.
Oh, yeah.